thanks for coming. I'm really excited to have you here. It's been an absolute dream to start a podcast. I've been wanting to do this forever. So I'm Warner Nickerson, and this is Redefining Normal. The whole idea was over the last 20 years as a professional athlete and now an entrepreneur, I've gotten to have these amazing conversations with truly badass people. In every single one of them, I walk away with like a new energy. So I just think that the point is that everyone you meet, you can learn something from. And that's what this is about. Think athletes, entrepreneurs, creatives. So anyone with a point of view. Think someone who's challenged the status quo, who's taken a wild idea and turned it into reality. That's what this is about. So without further ado, let's jump into the first episode with Jakob from Tampah Hills. So first off, before we get into like a bunch of different questions, I want you to explain to the audience, what is Tampah Hills?
Wow. So Tampah Hills is a small community, a small village or a town where you can be fully resident or mostly a short-term visitor. So it's like a hospitality town where you can pick your accommodation, if it's a small hotel or a big designed villa on the mountain, where people sort of come and connect. It's going to be co-working, innovation center, spa, gym, all those facilities you need. A little city center, thriving community where, interesting people meet and share new ideas together, create new companies from, and, challenge your everyday life with activities and things that you don't normally do. So like a small tourist town full of life and adventure.
Wow, sounds like utopia.
Yeah, it's we're creating everything that we want. So yeah.
So what's your story?
I bought a local flip-flop. I actually wear a Rip Curl flip-flop. I thought they're gonna, be with me for several months. They broke, so I bought this local flip-flop. It was great quality, costed nothing, and hold for a few months. So I wanted to do something with it because I felt that the quality and the price, is a gap there. So I Googled the manufacturer, flew there to Java, to big manufacturing facility. They took me in and we wanted to create a new sandal. And at the time in Sweden, we had this acupressure mat that every household had at the time. It was the Christmas present of the year. So everybody knew acupressure, and that increases the blood circulation.
And this is one of these like white maps that you like lay on or
You lay on and it's like spikes. So it hurts in the back and it, increases blood circulation, help people to fall asleep and so. And that was sold in the sort of the natural food stores in Sweden, which I had 500 stores.
Okay.
So if I could create sort of a health touch in the flip-flop with acupressure, then people know it and I can sell it in the stores. So I did that and samples back and forth and we created this sandal. I believed in the idea, so I quit my job and ordered 10,000 flip-flops. And then
10,000?
Yeah. Oh. And started to sell them in Sweden. So that was the start of my first company in early 2011.
Okay. And so this was long before you even thought about, building something in Lombok.
Yeah, it was. At the same time, I had a dream to build something one day. So I managed to buy a piece of land quite close to where I lived in that fishing village. I borrowed money from my two sisters. I convinced them, it's safe. And so my parents didn't want to be involved. And I managed to buy a piece of land. And then 4 years later, 2014, I built my first villa in Lombok. And that was also long before Tampah Hills was even on the map. But coming back to the flip-flop, I sold them in Sweden. I got a lot of other products in, and I did that for 3 years.
So it was through retailers and kind of
retail and also some directly to consumers, but mainly retail. Yeah.
Wow. And yeah, like how did that shape you?
So it was great. I mean, that was my first company. I needed to, figure out everything from every part of a business that you need to run, from sales, admin, finance and customer relations and sales support and everything, and hire people. But we were only 4 people. But I sold it after 3 years. I sold it 2014 when I started to build my first villa.
You sold the company?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What can I ask you what you sold it for?
It was 20, so it's say 2.2 million US.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So some real cash.
Yeah, some cash, but majority was shares in the new company. So it was a listed company that bought me. And they wanted me to be the CEO of that company after just a few months. So
Like the listed company, the bigger company.
Yeah.
Wow. So they wanted you to go right up the ladder.
Yep. And so I did that for almost 2.5, almost 3 years. And that was a great experience. We were revenue about 20 million US at that time. And, we had officers around Sweden, Norway. And so we tried to centralize things, and we did some work in around, structuring the company.
And what was the name of it?
Medica Nord, or Medica Natumin. It's now acquired by Humble Group, company that buys companies. But anyway, so that really was a good school. We had a professional board, thousands of shareholders and quarterly reports, and so I got to be in that environment. I was 28 at that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a great experience. But then after sort of almost 3 years, I felt I wanted to do something else again. So I resigned from the CEO position.
And do you feel like that is kind of like a thread through your life of wanting to like take breaks every certain amount of time?
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, so I also early when I was 20, I took a half year off and went to California, to San Diego. I stayed there for half a year, just did a lot of different things there. That was also great and shaped sort of who I am and so. So I think that has been very important for me, to take breaks and be free, and then just new ideas comes, and then you do something new. So yeah, definitely shaped what I think I am and what I do. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so then what was the next? Was the next the beginning of Tampah?
Yeah, we were out traveling, me and my wife Tilda, all over the world. And at that time I had built my villa in Lombok, Villa Sorgas, and being all over the world, coming back to Lombok and just seeing how beautiful Lombok is and how good it is. Like, it's safe, it's cheap, the environment is amazing, the temperature and the climate is great, and all the opportunities are there. So we felt, okay, let's do something more in Lombok. And out of the experience building, I think, my first villa, that was such a dream. I don't know anyone else who've done something similar, so I can't sort of relate. And having family coming there, staying for 2 weeks, we had 4 bedrooms, so my 2 sisters could stay there, my parents, and getting family and friends there was amazing. So I think that was sort of sparked the idea of doing something more of this in Lombok.
And like everyone wanted to come, right? Because it's this amazing destination. Yeah.
True. And sort of help other people to build their dream villa without necessarily being on site and dealing with everything, the small, difficult parts. So,
yeah. What are the small, difficult parts?
Wow, there is a lot of small, difficult parts. So one is that you're building something that doesn't exist and that no one have seen there. Access to skilled labor is very hard. The culture is different,
Tell me about the culture.
Lombok has been sort of a self-sustainable, you farm, you fish, you're with your family and the villages together, you have multi-generational, living. It's really, really, I think, a healthy lifestyle people are living. Access to food is tremendous, so no one is hungry. People live very simple. It's never cold, so you don't need big shelters, or you don't have a big cost of living. So people are really sort of hanging out with friends and families, and there's no, in the Nordics, it's cold like 7-8 months a year, and you need to plan. You need to plan your food to survive the winter. Otherwise, you die. So it's for real. If you don't plan in Lombok, nothing happens. So you don't need planning. You have always access to food. So you put something down in the soil. It's so fertile. Everything grows. You have chickens and goats, and the ocean is there, plenty of fish. So you can just walk out in the ocean when you're hungry, get your fish and cook. So there's absolutely no culture of planning that you need to sort of...
No survival pressure.
No, not at all. So that's a big difference, I think. And people have, a lot of people have not had any sort of normal or contractual work. So, being on time or showing up, is that necessary? Sort of that level. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing and challenging, I bet. So where are we in the story? Are you about to go and build this amazing thing? Did you already have that idea, or?
No, so we're coming back to Villa Sorgas. That was early 17, and so my co-founder of Tampah, Jonas, he has been in Indonesia since 1988. He's built houses in Bali. So he built my first villa 2014, Villa Sorgas. So we met, and we also started a restaurant and sort of a pod hotel in town, like a few months earlier. And so we started Tampah together, and it sort of came at the right time. Also, John Olson, I got to know him. He was there, and he really wanted to build also in Lombok. So he was one of our
So
first.
he was like randomly there.
Yeah, he was there a year before. So I got to know him a little bit
Okay.
before, and sort of he was interested in sort of also building something here. And it turns out that the timing was good. So he was one of the first investors in Tampah Hills.
Okay.
And so we launched it together with him, sort of. So,
Okay.
yeah, in September 2017. But we had bought the land, 30 hectare. We bought 30 hectare at the beginning and did a master plan. We had plots and sort of the
And
wide
this was
idea of the brand.
2016 when you were
17.
starting. 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was the same year that you were putting it all together and you launched it.
Yep, exactly. So we bought the first land in April 2017 and formed the idea, the brand, and we launched it late September 17.
And that was on Yoon's vlog when he
Yep.
did this with you guys. Yeah, because that was a sick episode. Like,
Yeah.
wow, we were all like, holy shit, this
Yeah.
is cool.
We were out there in the bush, walking. It was, nothing there. It was no roads. We didn't even have internet.
And did that launch, like, because he has this insane reach that we know all too well. Did you immediately get investor? How did that work? Did it start right away and click to people?
Yeah, it did. It did start right away with people that were interested and wanted to be involved and wanted to buy a plot and see how this works and sort of ask the first questions. And so yeah, we got an immediate response.
Okay. Yeah. And so then I guess from there, how many people how many people jumped on board? Did it start right away or was it a struggle or?
No, it started quite fast. I think maybe we had the first maybe 5 investors within the first maybe 3 months. So it started quite early, and people started to come and travel. And some people, I had a few friends who also invested early. So we got a quite good start, and I felt like people really liked the idea of what we were trying to do. So I was sort of gambling and buying more lands to sort of get the whole piece together.
Okay.
To sort of have the long-term vision intact that, we're building, and that the neighbor is also sort of controlled. And that we have access from the mountain all the way down to the beach. So we have restaurants on the beach. So you can enjoy the mountain and the beach side, which is fantastic, I think. Yeah.
And so I guess maybe it's good to talk about the phases of that because I guess, and I have to ask, what are the costs to buy some of these things?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, it was a lot cheaper, and then it got more and more expensive. So I think we have invested about $35 million into Tampah Hills, buying land, doing infrastructure.
Okay, so that's land and the infrastructure and everything. Yeah, wow. Okay, that seems like a small amount, actually.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know the numbers you are normally working with, but 35 million for us.
I mean, it's a big number, but it's still like, fuck, you guys have this amazing thing there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been we've been acquiring land since 2017 until up to date, actually.
Today you bought more.
Not today, but until like recently. Yeah.
Cool. And so, yeah, I guess like phases for that would be interesting to kind of understand.
Yeah, so the beginning was it was just me and Jonas. We were two people and we needed to start to hire people. We had this mountain and this vision and to build, and we started to plan. You needed a big environmental permit to be able to start touching the land as a big developer. And that took about a year to get done. And like it was three consultants working on this. It was like thick like a Bible, the book. And at the same time, we were sort of selling lands and shaping the brand and the master plan and the ideas. And we were having a first office in town. It's called Kuta Lombok. It's 15 minutes to Tampa. We rented this local house, and there was nothing there. So really raw startup feel, and going out there hiking the mountain. Trimming with the trimming team. We hired 30 people quite fast that were dedicated to the land. We call them the green team or the trimming team. And we wanted to plant a lot of trees because a lot of hillsides in Lombok were burnt, and people plant corn and chilies and beans on them. So the deforestation was quite wild. So we had a plan to reforest the area, and now we have planted 85,000 trees inside Tampah Hills and trying to get the jungle and the forest back. But in the beginning, we were just trimming and sort of figuring out how can we, where can we build the roads, and just hiking.
And were you guys doing that on your own, or did you have someone to map it out for you?
No, we did it on our own and together with the people we sort of employed, and we had some consultants involved, but consultants are not always the solutions. So we've done the majority of that ourselves actually. Jonas is great on roads. He's a former rally driver and sort of also entrepreneurial, and so he's good with roads.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. So you figure out where you're putting these roads in, and then you start breaking up all these lots. Like you're not even sure if you can build on them yet. Was that a big fear? Like what would happen if you didn't get this permit?
Yeah, then we would have been in big troubles. Yeah. So I was very confident that we were gonna get this permit. But yeah, if we didn't get that, it would all fail. So, but we got that, and we started to do sort of the infrastructure. We started to build the first road in October 2018, so 6.5 years ago. And yeah, I'm trying to go back in memory in the early stage, but just hiking from the village up to the sort of the mountainside, it could be a half-day hiking through the bushes. You're bleeding. We call the bleeding legs that you got the Tampah mark. So I normally said that in the beginning, that you need to get a Tampah mark to sort of be approved as an investor in Tampah. So you need to be on the land and sort of experience it. I think we had this big belief in that we're gonna do this, and we know how to do it. We just need to do it. That was sort of every day. Yeah.
Wow. So dig into that a little bit. Like, how do you keep going when things aren't working? Like, what's your kind of mantra?
I think, it's always, you need to be really good at problem solving, and you need to be really good at taking decisions, like difficult decisions, like, okay, this isn't working, analyze, okay, this is a new way, okay, we go there. And so that process doesn't take too long. And I think for me, it's been very important to move forward and not necessarily wait until it's 100%, but if it's sort of 85, 90, 95%, we go. And then along the way, we can refine and sort of get that closer to 100. But I think what really helped me is that I made commitment to people and that we're going to do this, and also to myself that I want to do this. I think I can do it, and I'm not losing. So I think that is a big part of it.
So that competitive attitude.
I'm going to build this. It's going to be a world-class sort of community brand and a place for people to come and visit. And I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to fail. So.
And so talk to me about, were there any times that almost broke you guys?
Yeah, I think, managing cash flow has been a big thing. I think if you have been doing developments or in real estate or whatever sort of heavy heavy capital, it's important to manage cash flow. We don't really get support from banks because banks in Europe or Sweden, they don't support things being built or done in Indonesia, for example. And the Indonesian banks are quite restrictive to foreign people doing things there. So we needed to manage our cash flow with sort of from owners and the running cash flow. So that has been a big part. Like, we need to do this. And I sort of had belief that we will get the money. So I've always over-invested. But I have been fine with that, living under that really, money in on Monday and out on Tuesday, like for 7 years. So.
And have you been able to pay people the whole time, or were there times that it had to be like breaks? No.
We've paid people and we've done what we need to do. So yeah, it's good.
And does Jonas feel the same way about this?
Jonas don't really. I'm taking care of that, so I'm not burdening him with that. So
Okay.
He is focused on his things. It's more building and that part of the business. So I've taken care of the other. So
okay,
yeah.
I guess that's a super interesting part here. Is that when I quit ski racing, a buddy of mine's like, "What are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "I have no fucking idea." And he's like, "You need to go out and have lunch with 50 interesting people, and by the end of it, you'll know." And that's kind of part of like the idea to bring a podcast to life, because I've had all these lunches and it's been so interesting.
Yeah.
And one of the really big takeaways is how important it is to find the right co-founder.
Yeah.
And how you find people with separate skills. Like when you have the same skills, you're on top of each other, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you can touch on that piece a little bit.
That's good. I think we have been extremely different in sort of what we have done and our backgrounds. He's been sort of a builder. He's been building, and he is a fast mover. So he's also, I mean, it's good sometimes and it's bad sometimes. Also, happy with not 100%, but he also needs to move. So I think that combination, that both of us, we're movers, made this move fast. And then, of course, we've made tons of mistakes along the way, and we've just tried to correct them along the way. But he's been focused on the building side, and I've been focusing more of the brand, the strategy, the business in itself, and the sales, and sort of organization, building teams. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that's been a good match to not be on top of each other.
Exactly. I didn't have any construction experience at all. I mean, I've been buying flats and flipping them and renovating back when I was younger, and so, but no at all business, like building experience. So that was important.
And then so walk me through like what kind of departments you have and how you built these to not kill yourself.
We've been growing organically. Now we're like 300 employees, but in the beginning, it was only building and developing and sort of marketing and so. I've always been part of the marketing and sort of the PR communication. And then we've had Hidde, Dutch guy, came in very early. He came in as an intern. We got quite a lot of people applying to be coming as an interns and wanted to be helping us. But Hidde made a fantastic application. So we had just a video call, and then 3 weeks later, he was in Lombok.
Wow.
And then he did half year, then he got employed. Now he's even invested in the company. So he's sort of my right hand in the business development side of the brand and the business. So he's been a big part of it. But now we have the holding company, and then we have the hospitality side and the construction side, and they are all separate. So we have a general manager in the hospitality side that has different teams, front office, food and beverage, housekeeping, etc. And then we have the construction side with cost estimation, accounting, site supervisions, drafters, engineers, architects, and all that. And then I've been the CEO in the holding company. But I recently actually employed a CEO in the whole group. So I'm not involved in the day-to-day operation anymore. I'm super happy to just sort of being the working chairman, involved in the strategy, the brand, the vision, and sort of sales and things. As we are so many people, and I'm not really good at administrative things, so I'm very happy I have a really good CEO that takes care of that part. So.
Okay, and when you say you're not like, would you like not follow up on emails? I don't know. I guess like curious what you mean by that.
That I'll do, but sort of having the policies or things that you need to do when you're a little bit larger company that's I'm bad at, and or following systems and creating workflows and things like that you need to do. So that is not my strong side. So.
Interesting. And because I do remember in one of the WhatsApp groups, Benny was trying to get you to do something when, all the clothing was stuck in customs, and you had this like, don't send me any admin stuff. It goes to X person.
Yes.
And I thought that was fucking amazing.
Yeah. That's one example that if you send boring admin stuff to me, it gets stuck. Yeah. So I said, don't do that. Send it to this person and it gets done.
Yeah, that's classic. And so cool that you're able to get above that. So now your role is really like vision.
Yeah, it is. It's just making sure. I mean, now I even have, time to see the details in the business that you not necessarily do when you're really full on CEO managing, people. So I think I'm in the best spot I've ever been in my whole life. I think I'm free, but also fully responsible over the whole Tampah Hills brand and group. And I get to do what I love to do to, making sure that this becomes world-class in every aspect. So I think what really, you were mentioning that earlier, that I have periods and then I want to take a break. And I think what keeps me running on with Tampah Hills is that it's so many small entrepreneurial businesses within Tampah Hills. Now we're going to create this world-class wellness center, like a bathhouse experience with this super talented American girl that is an architect. And that's going to be a business within itself. And that's going to be world class. And the pool, people are going to come to that center just for the wellness. And then it's within Tampah Hills. And of course, people living in Tampah Hills will go there. It's an add-on to the brand. The same with the gym, recreation. That's also going to be fantastic with great architects. And then we have this idea with the Kids Academy. So we're going to build this Kids Club Academy that you come as a parent for 2 weeks vacation and you put your kids into this academy and the different age groups. And we have teachers that are, good in, so it's going to be a learning and play. So when you leave after 2 weeks, you feel like, wow, my kids actually learn things. And you as a parent get free time. Mm-hmm. So, and also for people living there, not also in Tampah Hills and in the area, can put their kids in this academy, play and learn. So I think that's super exciting, and small business within itself. And then we have the different restaurants, cocktail bar and yoga, and then even the co-working and innovation center. That's going to be, super exciting to start building, and where the entrepreneurs, get together.
Yeah, and tell me more about that. How does that work?
So the co-working space is going to be a facility that's open for public. So you can come and rent a day or a month or so. And, we're going to have a pod studio there, maybe a 3D sort of printer workshop. And we want to tackle sort of 3 different areas: is renewable energy, sustainable or building innovation, and agriculture. And we can test all those things in the field. So the co-working space is next to our 4-hectare farm. So you can, do in the lab, you do your plant, investigations, and you try them the next hour and see, does it work? If it works, okay, perfect. Then you redefine or whatever you do. Building, we're going to build for 10 years. You can try new techniques, new building materials and things. And that's also, in the area. Renewable energy, we have waves, we have height difference. So you can pump water, send it back, as a storage, solar. So that is super exciting. So we're thinking of an innovation center where we can bring people, early stage startups there. And then on the mountain, we have all those investors that have run their companies. So that's like you have funding and knowledge on the mountain. We can invite people to be part of the startup, or so like an incubator. Sometimes we call it the mini Silicon Valley in the tropics. So that's what I believe.
Wow. And I guess on that one is another one, like, because it feels like you have this insane kind of community of people. Can you touch on that a little bit? Like, how did you get such influential, badass people to build homes?
Yeah, I don't know. We're trying to make Tampah Hills something that you want to be part of, and that you can feel proud being part of, and that I can be proud, being part of and looking back. And I think maybe, the part we're trying to restore nature, 85,000 trees planted, and we have a huge area that will remain green. So it's not going to be overdeveloped. We're trying to do premium things, and I think we are 120 employees from the local villages around Tampah Hills. The neighboring village have grown 4 times in size since we started. There was almost no scooters there when we arrived, just a dirt road through the village. Now we built a concrete road in there, and everybody's driving, multiple scooters, and people send their kids to school, and they don't need to go abroad to work. They work in Tampa, and sort of together with the villa owner, we rebuilt the school in the village, like 7 classrooms with recycled plastic bricks. So 7 classrooms were built, and we're now renovating and rebuilding the toilets there. And so
you've rebuilt like the school that's not this is like the local town that you're also rebuilding. So you're like partnering with the community in a big way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But answering that question, I think, I don't know. We're trying to do something that people want to be part of, and we get some really, really nice, great people involved, building good things, and helping the community, and love being part of Tampah Hills and what we do. So it's amazing.
Wow, cool. So let's talk about economics a little bit. So what kind of is your like top line revenue for a year? Can you talk about that? I mean, we're in Sweden, right? So
exactly.
all this, everyone knows all this stuff, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. I think we do maybe revenue between maybe 5 and 10 million US a year, depending on some lot sales and how that's going.
Yeah.
We're just breaking even now in sort of the hospitality side. We're losing money in the construction side still.
Losing money on the construction side of like your own parts of...
Yeah, exactly. Where we're building sort of everything.
Where you're investing.
Yeah, we're investing. Yeah. So we've been investing, everything, all sales, like 100% into the company and to the build.
Yeah.
And we're gonna build, only public facilities, and the retail section is about 20 million US more, plus then the hotels and other things. So it's probably investments of around $30 million more.
Yeah.
That we see. Yeah.
In how long of a time frame?
So between 8 to 10 years from now, we believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have partners for these, or do you want to do it yourself? How does this
So
work?
most of it we're doing ourselves, but we're also raising some equity actually to build faster. Lombok is also booming. The tourists coming to Lombok, and it's really taking off. So I also want to build things faster. So we're raising some equity actually. So,
you mean before it gets more expensive?
Yeah, that also, and before everything else is built out, and so we can take, if we're early, we can take a bigger grab basically. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then what does a worker make at Tampah Hills?
So minimum salaries in Indonesia is about $180 a month, almost $200 a month. And so people earning from that up to 2,000, 2,500 US dollar a month for Indonesians. Yeah.
And everything, you really use US dollar a lot for this.
Yeah, everything there is paid in Indonesian rupees, but it's like 2 or almost 3 million rupees is the minimum salary, and it's confusing to use Indonesian rupees too much, but we're using Indonesian rupees there. Yeah.
Okay. And then I don't know. So back to the Yoon part a little bit. I had a friend who who might have invested in there, Frank, I forget his last name. Anyway, he was
Yep.
saying that he saw another YouTuber, like a German YouTuber.
Yep.
So did you have a bunch of different YouTubers coming, and like how did you set that up, and did that make a real difference?
Yeah, it's right. We have a German YouTuber. He's one of the permanent residents there. So they live there fully. They have 2 kids and sort of part of the community. They have, been talking about Tampah since they came in and sort of spread that in the German market. We had a few other smaller YouTubers also coming in and other influential people, but yeah, that makes a difference. So we're trying to sort of try to connect with good people that also have a spread to spread the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's actually critical to be organic the way you're doing this,
Yeah.
right? And are you doing cold calls like at the beginning? Were you trying? No, it's just people calling in and
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So we've been very lucky in sort of people wanted to be part of the brand. Yeah.
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 Like the Tesla model. Like
Yeah.
no marketing department. Just
Yeah.
make the best shit.
Yeah, we've been super lucky, and now we're trying to, do really, really good things. So it's very often people coming and staying, renting a villa for a week, and then get interested and buying a plot and want to be part of it. So that happens quite a lot now.
Talk to me. How expensive are the plots?
Say between 300,000 US up till 2.5 million. So big plots, but I think average is about 300 to 400. Yeah, no.
Okay. And then what would it cost to put, I don't know, what's the average square foot or square meters of a villa that you guys are building?
I think we have villa investments, say from about 600,000-700,000 up to 4 or 5 million US.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So the people investing, they're buying in, say, a 2 million plot and then putting in another 5. So they're in somewhere 7 to 8. And you guys only put in 35 million. That's the part that I'm saying it still feels small, this 35 that you've been in
the
so
35
far.
is not
counting any
counting
of that,
the
yeah.
villas.
Mm-hmm.
So then the villas, say it's another 20-30 million now, and it will be maybe 300 million US more in villa constructions on the mountain.
Okay.
So that's solid.
Yeah, that's definitely solid.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then, so now we're at a place where you have a lot of villas, more coming. You feel like you're in a good place with all this?
Yeah, I feel that I'm in a great place in all this. We are even designing and just about to start our second villa in Tampah Hills. So me and my wife and our kid Noel, and we have another one in September coming.
Congratulations.
So we're going to build another villa in Tampah Hills. That's going to be our sort of home. Now that's going to be our third villa in Lombok. So we also get more and more experience building. So now we're going to do it very, very good.
I heard you're cutting off the top of a mountain and then you're going to build a villa so you have 360-degree view, and then you're going to put the mountain back on top.
Yeah, so we have some restrictions in Tampah. So we have this mountainside as sort of the brand. We don't want to have villas sitting on top of the ridge line. So we want to have that ridge line intact.
Okay.
So when you have a plot that is on the ridge, you can build up to the ridge top. So the ridge top is intact. You have some trees on the top. You can put a pergola on the top, but it's see-through, that doesn't disturb, depending on color restrictions and so on. But we're building on the top, so we are sort of building below the top. So what it will be, we will cut out, we will put the villa there, and then we put the ridge line back on. So the ridge line is intact, and then you see through. So the house is sort of a cave or a tunnel. So you come in and you park sort of underground, walk up, and it's sort of a tunnel.
How the fuck did you come up with this idea?
It's sort of the only option to build on the top, but it's also, we have a New Zealand architect, and this happens quite a lot in New Zealand where you have these natural grass roofs and they see through, really, really, really blending in nature. So it's one story, so it's quite a large house, but the front is quite small, and it will really sort of disappear into the mountain and won't be seen really. And that's what we want. We want all the villas to blend in, sort of. When you see them from the ocean, you shouldn't really see the big development. You should see, okay, some parts of it, but we wanted to really get integrated into the forests. So that's the dream. I think now, after a few years, and the trees we've been planting are growing, and you can really see a difference from when we started and now. That's quite cool.
Yeah. But I'm still like blown away by this whole idea of building a house and then putting the mountain back on top. Where did the vision come from?
I think it grew with sort of the design, and that we had this vision on the top that we wanted to be able to see on both sides. So the northern side has volcanoes, dramatic hills and mists, and the front side have oceans, and to be able to see in both directions, this was the best idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. And how many square meters is this going to be?
It's like 600 till 900, depending on, if you count everything, terraces and pool.
Yeah, because it's so integrated, this indoor-outdoor living spaces that you have. Super cool.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really rad. I think that kind of challenges and lessons, kind of like a little reflection is nice. And so I still want to hear like the hardest problem that you faced and how you overcome it.
I think, I'm trying to get like the hardest problem. We've had
a lot of problems.
A lot of problems. I don't know, maybe find a way to not see it as big problem and just work on the solution right away. Even though if it's a strike from the local village that, okay, now for some reason you cannot access there, or have them. Indonesia is quite corrupt, so the local government around, there's always someone that wants to get more money. And so we had this little beef with sort of one authority in the area, and he wanted to come in and he wanted to take advantage of as much he could. And he was a bad person. He is a bad person. So he put up quite a big issue with us. So we needed to report him to the police. So we did a case against him. So he was sort of the kommunfullmäktige, if you talk Swedish. I don't know what that is in English, but you're sort of the mayor. In 7 small villages.
Uh-huh.
So we reported him to the police. We put a case because he came in. So
he wanted like money from you, or he wanted...
Yeah, he came in and started to dig on the land that was ours, but he claimed it was his. And normally everybody is just obeying and they are doing what he says. And so he wanted to get money from that land that wasn't his. So we said, okay, enough is enough. Now we sort of report him. We took a case. It was, paid quite a lot of money through the systems in Indonesia. That's how it works.
Yep.
And a lot of people coming, Jakob, you need to take this away and fix this. And we were sort of standing our ground and so
fuck this guy.
Yeah. And so we won, and so he got 6 months sort of house arrest and was put out of office. And so that was a big win. And also I think the biggest win for the people that that really followed everything he did. He took money from the people also, but now they saw that, okay, there is actually rules that you need to follow, and so I think that was a big win, and also for the local people around. So that was great.
Wow, that's cool. When was this?
This was probably 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's crazy. And was there any moment? I think I know the answer to this already. Was there any moment when it you doubted it, or you felt like it might not work?
No, I don't think it was any moment where I doubted it will not work, but it was maybe a few moments where I doubted, will I, should I continue this? Because I think building, everybody that's in the construction, I was not, experiencing construction before, but there's not a lot of wins building things, because people who's building accept 100%, or they expect 100%. And if you deliver 98, they are not happy. So there's never, oh wow, thank you very much. This was great. And so there's always this expectation, and if you're not delivering 100%, 98 or so, you don't really get the appreciation for the effort and the difficulties that the struggle that people don't see to be able to reach that. So
And
I
this
think,
is to your investors, like building the houses
exactly
that they
for
want.
the people we're building villas for example.
Yeah.
And I think it's that some time, but then I think what overcomes that is when people coming to site and actually see what we're building, they are amazed and so happy and impressed, and so that really overcomes all those things. But then also when it goes sort of 3 months or 6 months, and then everybody's happy, and when you get some distance to it, right? And people have been waiting for, you have a year of design and then maybe 2 years of build, and you want to get it finished, and people are eager to get it finished, and then there's that expectations. So I think because you're putting everything on the line. This is our life every day and night, and this is what we do. But now we get so much appreciation from what we're doing, from people coming, staying, and are blown away, and it's just amazing. And and I think if I knew all the struggles from the beginning, I think I would not have started it.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Come on.
Yeah.
Even with where you are now and where the vision's going.
Now, yes, I would have wanted to start it. So I think being an entrepreneur, you're sort of naive in the beginning and you have a high belief in yourself. And I think that's good. If you wouldn't have had that, I think if I knew everything, if I were in construction before, I probably would not have started this.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
And I guess in that aspect, like if you're thinking about somebody that's listening that has some crazy idea, what advice do you have for them?
I have the advice, test your things right away. Don't complicate things. If you're going to sell something, okay, I'm going to sell this glass.
Yeah.
Try to sell it. Do the math, what price do you need to sell it for, and start to sell it. If it's a service, start to sell the service. It could be so simple that you have an idea, okay, I want to start a company. Okay, go out, pick flowers from the forest or from, whatever field there are flowers on, start selling them. Okay, here's a company, you have, hand-picked flowers. And then see, okay, now you start with, $5 or $2 and see, okay, you add this flower. Okay, now I can take, $7. And you have zero cost, zero risk, and just start simple.
Do it simple.
Don't complicate things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try to raise a bunch of money. Just sell shit and see if it works.
No. Try to sell it first, see if it works. Then raise the money.
Yeah, I totally appreciate that. Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, but I guess I'm kind of curious on the culture thing. Anything surprise you there?
Yeah, I think we coming from so big different backgrounds where their family relationship time matters. If someone dies in the village, the whole village shows up.
Okay.
For several days. Someone gets married, everybody shows up. And it's a big event. People support each other. Someone has a problem, everybody shows up. And that's very different. So I think, they probably it's like 50% of how they live, we should adapt. Yep. And maybe 50% how sort of we're coming from, maybe they should adapt. Or it's very, very equal, I would say. They are equally, their way of living, their simple is probably better than 90% of how we live here.
Yeah.
So I would go for the village life instead of, the concrete city life that we are living in.
And is this
here.
what Tampah is? Is a balance of these two things?
I think it's a balance. I definitely think it's a balance. Yeah, definitely. So you have, access to sort of the little luxury things, but you have also access to the raw, natural. You go out, you spearfish your fish, you're coming in and you're putting it on the fire. Or you go to the farm and pick your eggs and being part of the community. We clean the beach together, or we go to the school. So yeah, I think that's a very good way to put it. It's a mix and a balance in between.
So a couple more things about looking forward. What are you most excited about with Tampah now?
I think I'm very excited about what we're gonna build here next. You know, the spa, the gym, the kids academy, and all new villas that are under development. It's like absolutely insane, and also be able to live there. We have 2 beach restaurants now, and just having, you know, cruise down with my son on the scooter down to the beach, having a drink or a meal there, play with the kids on the, you know, in the sunset. It's just incredible. And yeah, be able to connect with people coming there. People always, you know, have questions. I get the call quite often. Now we have those people staying a week in this villa. They really want to come and meet and hear the story. So I go there, I tell them the story, and, you know, being part of the story and the brand. And I think that's amazing. I really enjoy that.
Okay. So that's kind of part of your new role a bit too.
Yeah, also, yeah.
And where do you see this in 20 years?
Wow. In 20 years, it's a fully grown small tourist city that is known all over the world and that people want to come to experience. The different villas, it's like 100 plus villas on the mountain. They are all unique, designed by great architects from all over the world. And, you know, you can come 100 times and you can have a new experience every time, but still get the same service and the food. And so I think it's a thriving tourist town full of life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, so do you have any dream that you haven't chased yet?
Probably a lot.
Because you are you're into so many things.
Yeah, I mean, there's always new ideas, but I've been so focused and still so focused about Tampah Hills, and I really want to do this so good. But as soon as I have more time, there are new ideas coming up. So I think I have a lot of new dreams that I haven't fulfilled yet, but I not necessarily know about them yet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I get that. So now we got a couple of rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So what's your favorite travel destination outside of Lombok?
Wow. Outside of Lombok, I think could be either San Diego or Manly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Australia?
Australia, Manly, yeah.
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 Okay. Cool. Morning person or night owl?
Morning person.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Biggest risk you've ever taken?
Buying a bunch of land without having money to pay for it.
Tampa.
Yeah.
How much was the land? The first land cost.
What was that? The first small land cost was like 3 million US.
3 million US for the first land.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, with no money. Awesome. A quote or mantra you live by?
I don't have a good answer on that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with your original one of test things fast.
Yeah, test things fast. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go with that.
And then most underrated habit for success.
A curious doer. Like be curious. Ask people. Find out. Maybe it's not underrated, but I would say that.
That's awesome.
Try is the right. Yeah. Okay.
Try.
Yeah.
I like that's a good mantra. Try. And then one item you can't live without.
My phone.
Best investment you've ever made. Money or time.
Yeah, exactly. I think quitting my jobs.
Awesome. Favorite book or podcast?
I think Petter Stordalen's bio.
Okay.
Yeah, The Hotelier.
All right, I got to check that out.
Yeah, it's nice.
Epic. And then a skill you're currently learning or want to learn.
Patience.
Awesome.
My 3-year-old is testing my patience. I have like this much patience, but I need to have more patience. So that's what I have to learn.
Yeah. And soon your new child will too.
Yeah.
Is boy or girl?
It's another boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's nice when they're the same, actually, I think, because then
Yeah.
it's like they're amazing together. One kind of more piece here. So we're here to inspire our community, and truthfully, you guys also inspire us right back. So we're on this journey together to redefine what normal means to us. So before we wrap this up, what's one actionable piece of advice you can give to someone to redefine their normal and build a life that they actually want?
dare try. So I think I always encourage sort of friends or people who is asking that quit your job or do a change in your life, move somewhere, far or so, because the easiest way, it's so easy to get back. If it doesn't work, just go back. You will get the job or you will get your job back, and you have your friends and family wherever you came from. So it's so easy to come back. So for me, it's no risk. But people don't take that step. So take that step. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then, so if anybody wants to connect with you, what's the best way to connect with you?
I think maybe DM me on my Instagram. Like, it's Jakob Johansson, even though I changed my last name to Palm. I took my wife's name.
Okay, you did?
We got married, yeah. So I'm Jakob Palm, but my Instagram is still Jakob Johansson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super funny because at one point, because I was asking like ChatGPT a bunch of questions before this, and it's like, there is also a Jakob Palm. You might need to look up and figure out if this is the same person or
Exactly. It's like Jakob Johansson has sort of been my brand, and it's everywhere, and I have been slow in changing that brand. So,
Okay.
but I'm in the process of changing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. When are you going to change your Instagram?
Within 1 month.
1 month?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. So it's Jakob Palm soon. That's awesome. And if you want to get in touch with me, I also think Instagram is best at Warner Nickerson. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I mean, I just want to say a huge thanks to you for joining, being our first podcast guest. And anyone who watched it or made it this far, fuck yeah, thank you. Rate us. I don't know what people do. Like, comment. I don't even know.
Yeah. Comment, questions, or whatever. Or come and check us out.
Yes, come and check you out.
Come to Tampah Hills. Happy to meet you all. In fellow clothes. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No. Also a big thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, sort of sharing, and great. I admire what you're doing with the brand, and hats off. So
Thank you.
Amazing, good job.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey the last 4 years, and we're really starting to get everything right. It feels so good right now. And so the closing remark is stay curious, stay bold, and let's keep redefining normal together.